You know what? I've been retired for 17 months now, and I want to tell you about the one thing nobody warned me about. Not the money stuff, not the boredom people even joke about. The first 90 days of retirement did something to my head decades of work never did. And if you're getting close to retirement, or you're already in it, and something feels off, this video is for you too. Welcome to Learning Retirement. My name is Matt. Glad you stopped by. This channel is about figuring out retirement in real time, the honest version, not the highlight reel. If that sounds useful, stick around. I gotta make a quick disclaimer though. I'm not a financial planner. Everything here is based on my personal experience. Run your own numbers, talk to a professional if you need to. Here's the picture most of us have in our heads before we retire. No alarm clock, no boss, no emails, no pressure. Just freedom. You've been grinding for decades, dealing with stress, bad bosses, long weeks, all with this image in your head. Someday, I'll finally be free. I believed that too. I thought the hard part would be the money, maybe the boredom, maybe a little fear of the unknown. What I didn't expect was what actually happened in those first 60 to 90 days. Because retirement isn't just a financial shift, it's a big damn mental shift too. And if you're not ready for it, it can feel a little unsettling. The first few weeks, honestly, they're great. You wake up, you realize, I don't have to be anywhere. No emails, no meetings, no deadlines, no bullshit. Coffee tastes amazing. Mornings feel slower. You're not rushing. You're not already behind before the day gets started. You start doing things you never had time for. A walk in the morning, a random drive in the middle of a Tuesday, sitting outside by the pool, doing absolutely nothing. And for the first time in a long time, that actually feels earned. No Sunday night anxiety, no checking email just to stay ahead, no waking up Monday morning already exhausted. Yeah, this is it. This is what I work towards. And in that moment, you're right. But that phase doesn't last. Somewhere around that 30-day mark, things start to shift. Not dramatically, but subtly. The days start blending together. Monday doesn't feel like a Monday anymore. Tuesday doesn't feel any different. You actually have to stop and think, what day is it? And I'll be honest with you, I set up a routine on my Alexa. In my bathroom every morning I say, Alexa, good morning. And she tells me the time, the day of the week, the date, and the weather. I'd be lying if I said it hasn't saved me more than a few times. And I'm sorry if I just turned your Alexa on. At first, not knowing what day it was felt great, but then something creeps in. You wake up and you're not sure what the plan is. Not in a good way, in a what am I supposed to be doing kind of way. You check your phone, you walk around, you maybe start something, but you don't really finish it. And there's this feeling that shows up. It's not panic, it's not even stress. It's just drift. Like you're floating through your day instead of moving through it with intention. This is the part nobody talks about. Everyone talks about escaping the grind. Nobody talks about what the hell are you going to replace it with? Because for most of your life, your time wasn't really yours. It was structured, scheduled, it was tied to something. Even if you didn't love it, it gave your day some shape. And without it, you feel that absence. Then somewhere in that 60 to 90 day window, shit gets more real. Because this is where it shifts from this new to this is my life now. For decades, you knew exactly who you were, your job, your role, and your responsibilities. Even if you didn't love it, it gave you structure, direction, and identity. It gave you something to measure your days against. Then one day, poof, that's gone. And nobody hands you a replacement. There's no onboarding, there's no roadmap, no one's saying, here's how to live your life now. So you start asking questions you didn't expect. What am I supposed to be doing with right now? What actually matters? What am I working towards? And here's what surprised me most. I didn't miss the work, not even a little bit. I didn't miss the meetings, the stress, the pressure, or the bullshit. What I noticed was how much of what I thought was purpose was actually just pressure. The pressure to perform, the pressure to respond to everyone, the pressure to prove myself, even when no one was watching. And when that disappeared, there was a gap. It wasn't a bad gap by any means, but it was a noticeable one. And here's what I've come to understand. Retirement isn't about stopping. It's about replacing. You're replacing structure, that momentum, that thing that used to pull you forward every day. And if you don't replace it, you don't feel free. You feel kind of off. You're not miserable. You're not even unhappy. You're just off. And that's the shift nobody prepares you for. Because freedom without direction doesn't really feel like freedom for very long. So what helps? A couple things. From what I'm figuring out, you need a reason to get up. You don't need a job, just a good reason. Something that gives your day some shape, something that pulls you forward instead of just killing time. It doesn't have to be big. It could be getting in better shape, working on a project, learning something new, or build something. Even just having a loose plan for the day. Because the people who seem to enjoy retirement the most, they're not doing nothing. They've replaced what they left behind with something that actually matters to them. And here's something else that took me a while to understand. Freedom is no longer what you buy. It's what you stop trading away. Your time, your attention, your peace of mind. For years you've been trading those things for money, for status, for approval, for stability. And when that stops, you start to realize how much your life was built around trading that time. And how much of it doesn't need to be. So I'm curious, genuinely, if you're thinking about retirement, or you're in it right now, what do you think you'd miss the most, or what do you miss the most? The structure? The identity? The paycheck? That's logical. The people? Sure. Or just the fear of not knowing what comes next? Drop it in the comments. I read every one, and I'll respond to all of them if I can. If this kind of honest, real-world look at retirement is useful to you, hit like and subscribe. It helps me out sincerely. That's what this channel's about, figuring this out together. Because those first 90 days, they're not what you think. But if you know what's coming, it might be the start of something a whole lot better. Anyway, that's probably enough for this week. Thanks for coming by. Certainly appreciate you donating some of your time to me. It's always appreciated. And like always, I'll make you a deal. I'll come back if you'll come back. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week.